Hello everyone, RNC Numismatics here, back again today for our second video today. I decided just to do the three favorite gold coins as well. I mentioned them in my Silver Morgan Dollars video of my top three favorite Morgans, which I encourage everyone to go check out as well. There are a couple really nice Morgans there. But I wanted to do this video just to kind of, show my favorite gold and show why I like it and what it means to me, and why it may mean that way. I have another video also. It was my only other video before today that was an unboxing from NGC that I also encourage everyone to go check it out and tell me what you think about them. I'd love feedback. I'd love to know what everybody thinks. So actually, my favorite gold coin is what I'm going to start with, and that is this here 1887 $3 gold piece. It's an NGC Mint State 61 holder, and actually it is the double die obverse. Now there are only 3 graded as such. There are 2 in a Mint State 61, 1 in a Mint State 62 proof-like, graded by NGC. However, because the mintage was only 6,000, there's reason to believe that actually there are more out there that have this double die. In fact, I'd say most of them probably do have, but this is one of only 3 graded as such. And being, such a high mint state, or not high mint state, but a high grade overall, I would say it's kind of cool to have. So I'm trying to get my light to show it the right way, and of course that one's not wanting to help me. But in the A is your big one, as well as in the C in America. Let's see if I can't make this zoom in. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. You can kind of see doubling on top of the C, and the I is easy to see it too, as well as in the word Liberty. There is some doubling. Again, it's really hard for me to get this camera to capture. I encourage you to check out the NGC website if you want to try to see that a little better, because it's hard to show just in pictures, or in a video rather. Next, the other side of it is where you have the date and denomination. This is one of those odd series where they actually put everything on the reverse and kind of let the obverse just sort of sink in, the way I like to call it. There's not a lot of detail on one of these. In fact, they're kind of hard to grade in that some of the details don't always show up well. But yeah, this is a 61, and my phone camera does not want to focus for me. But it's just a phenomenal coin. Has somewhat proof-like surfaces. I was trying to get it to show there, but instead I just made it look odd. So yeah, you have somewhat proof-like surfaces, more so than many other $3 gold pieces of the time. The date ranges on $3 gold pieces is from 1854 to 1889. So that was a relatively short run, and it's actually a very hard denomination to come by. Most of the time you will see these, they are low-grade details, if you do see one, or they won't have this kind of eye appeal like this one has. Many dates had very low mintages compared to other denominations, so they are hard to come by, which kind of helps make it my favorite coin, as well as the story behind me purchasing it. In 2014, I went to the World's Fair of Money in Chicago. Of course, they consider it actually Rosemont to the locals. And I went to the Stacks and Bowers auction. I had never been to a big auction like that at that time. So I really wanted to, get a feel for what it was like, and really sort of get my name out there to some of those people. And I went there and I fell asleep. I was just, it was a long day and looking at coins. And I was there with my grandfather, and I woke up and immediately I turned to a page and picked out this coin and said, "This is the coin I want." And ended up, we looked at what the starting bid was, where the reserve was, and said, "Okay, if it doesn't go too high, we'll buy it." Well, no one else bid on it, and we bought it, and come to find out it was the double die obverse, so we sent it back in and ended up that it got the holder. So that one really had a cool story for me. It's very sentimental, and that's why I love that coin. My second favorite gold coin is actually one that'll get a lot of people going. If you know anything about Dahlonega mint gold, or branch mint gold in general, you know the rarity of a coin like this. This is an 1843 D, medium D, $5, NGC, mint state 61. This is actually a Dahlonega mint gold piece in mint state. Now, it's a low mint state, and it's really not probably the most attractive coin, as far as many people would say, but it kind of has this nice tone to it. You can kind of see in the picture where the in front of the face and behind the head has kind of this different color than everywhere else. And that's actually the toning. It does look like that in person. It has, that kind of difference in color, rather. It's really, it has really nice eye appeal, in my opinion. It's kind of proof-like again in surfaces. Nothing strong in that, but it is just gorgeous to me. I do agree with the 61 grade. It's kind of on the borderline 61, even going down to AU58 as well. But the only difference between an AU58 and a mint state 61 is that the detail is all there on a 61. And that was actually information from NGC here some time back. Because many people do question this coin to be mint state. However, I can't argue with it in that I do agree with the grade. I can see where they would come up with that because the reverse is that much better. And that helps it, to really identify, yes, this is mint state. The obverse is a little weak, but it is there. So here's the reverse. You have all of the detail on this. Of course, my lighting is just bad right now. I don't have any way here. Maybe we can move this over some. Sorry about this, guys. Wasn't expecting it to mess up on me. There it goes a little bit. So it has this gorgeous eye appeal, and it's a Dahlonega gold piece. This is actually, according to many people, and probably the truth, that this coin is actually the most common Dahlonega mint gold piece, $5, that is, that was minted. However, in mint state, there are only about a dozen examples known. And that makes the value on this coin very high, not to mention being a Dahlonega coin itself. So that will put this coin in the $10,000 range. Very out of reach for many collectors. So it makes it hard to sell as far as that goes. But I don't really plan on selling. It's one of my favorite coins. I actually went to the Winter Fun in 2015, I believe it was. It might be 16, so but I'm not certain on that. I'd have to look at my records. And I picked this up from a dealer that tries to only sell dealer to dealer. And he was getting ready to pack up. And I didn't have my big ticket item that I wanted to buy from the show. And I saw this, and I just had to have it because I'm a gold guy. And that's what ended up happening. I ended up buying it. It was more of a wholesale price. I'll keep that number disclosed to myself and close friends because I don't really think that's public knowledge that needs to be known unless it was something that I was, trying to sell or something to show just that I'm not making as much as one may think, or I'm making more than one may think. But I don't really think that it's all that far-fetched. Lastly, my third favorite coin that is gold is my 1884 Carson City $20 Liberty NGC AU details, obverse, and properly cleaned. Now, obviously, this isn't a great coin now that it's been cleaned. It was like that when I bought it. I bought it raw back, it has to be almost 10 years ago, at a small auction with an 83 Carson City $20 that also came back AU details, but it came back scratched, and I sent that to Anax. So this is obviously the better coin in the as far as holder goes, as far as grading service, because it's more accepted to be in an NGC holder, but it's still details, and that's upsetting. You get this the reverse is really nice in my opinion, but that obverse just kills it, because it's clearly been messed with. It still has decent value, not as much as it would be if it wasn't cleaned, but it's just, something I hold dear to myself. And being a Carson City Gold, which you really don't see a lot of those unless you're looking for them. Say like you type in on eBay Carson City Gold, but even in person at a show, you won't see a lot of them. So I think this is probably that's probably one of my reasons why I love it. But it's not as expensive as the other two. The other two are by far more expensive coins, and definitely just as rare, if not rarer. So yeah, those are my top 3 favorite gold coins. I absolutely love them. I think a total estimated value on the 3 of them is somewhere around $15,000 to $25,000, give or take, some money on it, depending on whether you're selling it retail or wholesale. But overall, these are really expensive coins for most people. But I absolutely love them. They stay in my collection, and they probably will for many years to come. I hope you enjoyed watching. I know this is kind of long. And again, I'm sorry for that, but I wanted to kind of tell my stories and I guess hear myself talk. I'm sorry about that. Please like, comment, subscribe, I don't know, whatever else you guys do here. It's getting close to summer, so have a good summer if, you're not around to see much, or, whatever it may be, just enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching as well. Have a good day.